Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Um, this is Sherry Ann with coming to you from Harlingen, Texas. It is a beautiful day outside today. T-shirt weather. It's not too hot. There's a nice little cool breeze, and it just feels wonderful. Anyways, this is my podcast about knitting, crocheting, and my love for yarn. I am yarning with Mimi. Mimi is what my grandchildren call me, so that's why it's yarning with Mimi. Anyways, I thought I would hop on the bandwagon and join in. There is this tag going around, the 20 questions tag. I was actually tagged by Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. Thank you for that. So I thought I would go ahead and hop right in and answer these 20 questions. Okay, I had to write them all down. Anyways, the first question is, what does your name mean? So I'm not quite sure if that means my name, my personal name, or the name of my YouTube channel. So I'm just going to answer it for both. I had to actually look up Sherry Ann. And when I looked it up, it's all one word. And it is from unknown origin, and it means gift of God. I looked up the name Sherry, and it's of French origin, and it means darling or dear one. My YouTube channel, Yarning with Mimi, while I knit, I wanted the name Mimi in it because that's what my grandchildren call me, and I really do like that name. And I didn't want to go with just Mimi's Knits because then it seems like it's just about knitting. Or Crochet with Mimi just sounds like it's only about crochet. So I went with Yarning with Mimi. That way I can get the knitting and the crocheting in. I guess you can see Nemo here. Okay, so that's question one. Question two, where are you from? I am originally from Canada. I was, and that leads into the next question, where were you born? I was born in Clinton, Ontario. My dad was in the Air Force, and so we moved all over Canada from the East Coast to Western Canada. And we've been in Newfoundland, Ontario, Nova Scotia, Alberta. Anyways, I also married into the military. And when I moved down here to Texas, I moved from Nova Scotia. So my dad still lives in Nova Scotia now. So I say I'm from Nova Scotia because that's where I last was when I lived in Canada, and that's where my dad lives. What would your parents have named you if you were a boy? Well, I don't really know that, but I do have a brother that was a younger brother, and his name is Christopher James. So we call him Chris. So I expect I probably would have been Christopher James if I was a boy first. What is your biggest accomplishment? Oh boy. Well, I know a lot of people are saying this, but I have 6 children. And this past September, my youngest turned 18. So I'd have to say my biggest accomplishment is raising 6 wonderful children who are now all adults. So my biggest accomplishment is that all of my children are now young adults and doing well for themselves. My youngest is still in high school. He'll be graduating this year. So that is what I consider to be my biggest accomplishment. What is your eye color? My eye color is green. Don't know if you can tell, but they're very, very green, very vibrant green. And if I'm really tired or if I happen to cry about something, they are so shiny green. What is your favorite candle scent? I don't know if I have a favorite candle scent. I just am a candle person. I love all the candles. I like the baking scents. I like the floral scents. I like the nice clean scents. I really do enjoy seasonal scents. So I guess if I had to pick a favorite, I would have to say it's rose. My daughter, whenever she buys me candles, she buys me rose scents, and they're just really pretty smelling, and I really like that. Can you cook? Yes, I can cook. I am not a gourmet cook, but I can cook some pretty good meals. What is good about your life right now? Well, I think everything is good. I mean, I have my aging aches and pains, but otherwise, I'm in good health. Children are all doing well. Um, I recently moved into a new home, my daughter and I, and I'm really enjoying that. My job is good, so I'm thankful for the health of my family, and I guess everything is good right now. I can't think of the negatives except paying bills and hip pain. What is your sign? I am a Capricorn. I was born in January. What scares you about aging? Well, I'm not really sure if anything really scares me, but as I'm aging, that means my dad is aging. He just turned 80 this month. Um, so he's getting up there in years. Sharp as a whistle, though, but he has hip pains, and I think he's got really bad arthritis in his hips. But aging, I think what scares me the most is if I start losing my memory, my mind. I work in a nursing home, and you see people who have Alzheimer's, and they're just really pleasantly confused and having a good life. And then you see the other side of Alzheimer's with behavior issues and stuff like that. So I don't want to get Alzheimer's. What is your favorite holiday? I don't know if I have a favorite holiday because um, I guess I like them all. Christmas, I like Christmas because I like giving gifts, but I also don't like Christmas because it really is a holiday that stresses me out. Now, the last 2 years, I haven't been stressed out because I planned months in advance and I was ready for Christmas. So I don't have months now. I just have a month. So I need to start planning. But Thanksgiving is really nice. I always cook a big turkey and we have people over, or I'll go to my daughter's house. I won't be able to go this year, but I'll go to one of my daughter's house and we'll have big turkey dinner there. But I don't have time off this year. What is your guilty pleasure? Hmm. You know, I've watched a lot of YouTubers do this 20 questions tag, and I don't remember hearing anybody say that their guilty pleasure is buying yarn. Some say chocolate, some say binge watching TV or programs, but I think my guilty pleasure is probably buying yarn when I just really don't need it, or I buy it because, ooh, it's pretty and I'll find something to make with it. So buying yarn without having a plan for it. But I've gotten a lot better. Now I only buy yarn when I really do have a plan for it. What is your favorite show to binge watch? Okay, I don't watch TV. I don't watch Netflix. I haven't watched TV in over a year. But when I did watch TV, my binge watching was The Waltons, probably my favorite. Little House on the Prairie, another favorite. And NCIS with Mark Hammond. He's he's eye candy. Um, what is one thing you can't leave the house without? So my answers are probably the same as everybody else's. I always have my phone. I always have my keys, and I do like to take yarn with me. I have a project in the car in case I'm ever, waiting for my daughter to finish work or whatever. Are you a morning person or night owl? Okay, that just depends on what day of the week it is. Because if it's the weekend, I can be a night owl because I don't have to get up to go to work in the morning. But I really like getting up early. So even if I'm a night owl, I still like to get up early on the weekend because it gives me more time to knit and crochet. But it's funny, I can get up early on the weekends and not be tired. But when I have to get up early for work, it's just so hard to climb out of bed. So, anyways, I guess I'm a little weird. Favorite genre of movie. Now, when I watch movies, I like the action-packed movies like Die Hard with Bruce Willis. I like those kind of movies. And yes, I am one of those people that consider Die Hard a Christmas movie. Um, I always seem to get to watch it around the Christmas holidays, and I like to watch the whole series. Now, I have not seen the last two of the series yet, but I guess I just need to go out and see if I can get those $5 videos from Walmart. Last thing you bought. The last thing I bought was a turkey. I went to HEB this morning and I got my turkey and the turkey roaster and other disposable tinfoil trays for side dishes. And I bought some wine. Of course, I had to buy wine. Can't not go to HEB and not buy wine. And I'll be dipping into that. Let me see, it's 9:46, so give me 2 more hours and that'll be cracked open. Introvert or extrovert? Definitely an introvert. If I didn't have to deal with people, if I didn't have to work, I would be planted in this chair here or in my yarn room chair, and I would be knitting and crocheting 24/7. I don't even think I need to have contact with human beings. Um, it's nice to see my family and my children and my grandchildren, but I don't need to have contact with anybody. I am one of those people that if I'm like, let's say I went to a party or a gathering, which I haven't done that in a long time, but even at work, I have nothing interesting to add to the conversation. I do not have the gift of gab, and I just feel like nothing I say is of importance to the conversation, so I really don't say anything. So introvert, yes, definitely. Favorite book. Okay, so I'm not one to read much anymore. I used to read all the time, all the time, all the time. Then I became addicted to yarn. And yes, it is an addiction. But I am a yarn hoarder. Uh but for good reason. So my favorite book, I don't have a favorite book, but when I grew up, my favorite series was the Nancy Drew series. And you're going to laugh at me, but I recently came across this, oh my goodness, book bundle. Ross on Smells Like Yarn. He showed books that he got from the book bundle, and right away I went and explored it. And holy moly, they've got some good books and some great prices. I ordered Nancy Drew. I think I have almost the whole series. There's a few that I'm missing, but I'm going to start ordering them one by one, maybe through Amazon or other book companies. But I want to get that whole series so I can pass it down to my granddaughter. Right now, she is 7. I think she's 7. So I was a teenager when I think I was a teenager when I got hooked on the Nancy Drew series. Or maybe, yeah, I guess I was a teenager. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's my favorite series of books. Sounds kind of corny coming from a middle-aged woman, but I think it's just going to be so cool to give the whole series to my granddaughter. Anyway, so that's it for the 20 questions for now. I really don't know who to tag because I think everybody's been tagged. But if you're watching this and you have not been tagged, then I invite you and encourage you to participate in the 20 questions. So, and if you don't want to go through this whole video and write down all the questions, Debbie with the Canadian Crotch Shedder, in her description box, she's written all the questions down. So that's where I got my questions from, Debbie with the Canadian Crotch Shedder. So go ahead and copy your questions and jump on the bandwagon and have fun with it. All right, everybody. We will see you later. Bye-bye for now.